here, okay, here we have a 2018 History Unit 2 Paper 1. So let's have a look. Economic concept of mercantilism. They repeats here, but it repeats here. Thomas Jefferson composed the Declaration of Independence based on the theory of Voltaire. Was it Locke or Voltaire? Was the social contract of Locke. Eric Williams' theory of Atlantic origins of British industrialization challenged the view with that. Let me see. Capital accumulation from slave trade promoted British industry, banking and insurance institutions, finance triangle trade. Industrial innovation originated within this textile industry. Alright, so that is true. It challenged that for real. The main disadvantage faced by industrial workers in the United States of America during industrialization was, let's see, unsanitary and unsafe working conditions. Right? The second is 5. In which of the following documents were the Enlightenment ideas most articulated? The French Declaration of Rights of Man. 6. Which of the following event was a result of European Enlightenment? This was the development of the encyclopedia. The most important consequence of the Intolerable Acts in 1774. I think this would be the council was revoked. Right? So we have this here. 8. The main political ideas of the European Enlightenment was political ideas, right? That absolute power should not be given to the king. Which of the following was not a traditional institution of French old regime? This was the House of Commons. The French Revolution was caused by all 3. Hope I'm not moving too fast. Which of the immediate consequences of the French Revolution in 1789 was the... In 1789, was this a reign of terror by Montesquieu? Was it Montesquieu? Robespierre, I think. So, what was the consequence in 1789 of the French Revolution? Right, in 1789. 1789 was the end, right? 1789. I think this would probably be the abolition of the monarchy. In 1789 thereabouts. Let me think about this. Probably would be the Declaration of Rights of Man. Alright. So, alright. So when did the French Revolution end though? So the reign of terror in the French Revolution, when was that? So it was 1793 to 94. So it wouldn't be that. Alright, so which of the following events brought France to the brink of bankruptcy? Right, so involvement in the Revolutionary War, when you're too enough. The influence of the Enlightenment on the French Revolution was mainly revealed by the Declaration of Rights of Man. The most privileged class in French society in the 18th century were the nobility. In 1799, the French supported Napoleon's rise to power because of all 3. Remember the Alamo, remember the Goliad was the capture of the Mexican army by the Texans. The economic factor which contributed to the outbreak of World War I was the financial crisis in the United States. World War II was 1939 to 1945. So it's getting really repetitive, right? So the Allied powers in World War I, no, the question that we saw before was the Central Powers. The Allied powers were Great Britain, France, and Russia. The political organization of Russia after the Communist Revolution in 1917 was resulted from the Federation of Soviet Republics, Socialist Republics. Which of the following factors contributed to the development of Nazi ideology? So it would be all of them. The Russian peasants supported the Bolsheviks alright, so this was because of the maintenance of agricultural price support system. Nazism was described as the right-wing anti-parliamentary movement. B. Alright? Which of the following strategies was not used by Mohandas Mahatma Gandhi in the movement towards independence? This was disenfranchising the Muslims. The policy of the United States or what policy of the United States was the main reason for not confronting Germany in the 1930s? This was isolationism. During World War II, European women made economic gains mainly because there was a shortage. No, 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 no. I think it would be A. 27. His successor was Jawaharlal Nehru. Right here now in 29, which of the following incidents best describes the relationship between the First World War and Indian push right toward independence? Was the tragedy at Amritsar. Mohandas Gandhi, right? So he did Hartal at the Rowlatt Act. Well, as a result of the Rowlatt Act, an important pronouncement in 1989 speech was the legal, by F.W. de Klerk, right? Was this the legal recognition of the ANC? The Indian system of the double government is best described as a, wouldn't it be, oligarchy, anarchy, oligarchy, diarchy, anarchy, or monarchy. So the double government system, Indian double government system. So giving you guys a second to have a look at it. So the double government system. So what would that be? It would be diarchy, right? So it would be the Muslims and the Hindus, right? So we have that there. So what was the main purpose of the South African government passing the Bantu Education Act, right? This was to prepare Bantu children for employment. Let me check something. The answers change here. Yes, so it would have been D. D is the better answer here. In enforcing racially separated educational facilities. In the 1960s, the opposition to, hold on, let me check something. Some persons could argue here, right, that there were already separated educational facilities and B would be the best answer, but tell me what you think down in the comment section about 32. In the 1960s, the opposition to apartheid became violent mainly because of C. There are many repeats here, right? So the South African government's ban on the ANC caused what? Would be causing international support for the end of apartheid, right? Independent African states showed their support for anti-apartheid resistance by proposing training camps. 36. In which of the following countries did the international apartheid movement begin? Britain. Which of the following best explains Winnie Mandela's role? I will go with A. Here. So which of the following groups of men were leaders in the resistance against apartheid? Would not have been Bears or Hausa. Desmond Tutu, though. That's interesting. Would it be Desmond Tutu? So I don't think he would have played a key role, though. It would probably be Thabo Mbeki, right? Nelson Mandela was attracted to the ideas of Marxism and Gandhi. So the concept of reparation is talking about compensation for the exploitation of people, specifically slavery, in that case. Which of the following is the form of, alright, so we saw apology for these crimes, one key ethical issue, so these are just all repeating, so we're saying that it would probably be B. How can money heal the suffering caused by slavery? That's ethical. The primary objective of the Caribbean repertory case is for compensation. Right? All of these repeating. So notice that it's always the last one's here. Always the last one's here. Right? So establishment of reparation, right? So which is not a part of the CARICOM 10-point plan. Right? And the Freedom Charter here for South Africa. Now the Caribbean 10-point plan, sorry, CARICOM, right? The 10-point plan. So let me just right? Let me just speak to the 10-point plan here. The 10 points are full formal apology, repatriation. So let me see. Repatriation program must establish, challenge the international law. Resettlement program. Oh, all right. Indigenous Peoples Development Program. Cultural institutions, public health crisis, literacy eradication, African knowledge program, psychological rehabilitation, right? Technology transfer and debt cancellation. So let me see something here. Would the B be a part of this? Public health crisis, yes, it would be a part of seeking. All of them. Wouldn't all of them be a part of it? Recovery of lands lost, not given to indigenous peoples. Let me check something about that. Indigenous Peoples Development Plan. The governments of Europe committed genocide upon. Alright. So, genocide and land appropriation had been. The University of West Indies offers indigenous people scholarship. Wait, let's not look at that. A community of over. Genocide. Alright. Eliminate these communities to remove their. So what is the best answer here? So I think here would have provided something really interesting about this question. Recovery of the lands. So I think that repatriation program does exist. So my bad for papers I've posted before. That's how paper one is going. I think that this is not a part of it. I think that A would not be a part of it based off of the fact that that point says that the Indigenous Development Program, the governments of Europe committed genocide upon native Caribbean peoples. Military commanders were given official instructions by their governments to eliminate these communities, right? So it says that genocide and non-appropriation went hand in hand. A community of over 3 million in 1700 had been reduced to 30,000 in 2000. Survivors remain traumatized, landless, and are okay. So it's a landless. So I think part of the thing would have been giving them land. So what is the best answer here? Let me look at the health part of it. The health part would have been speaking to African descendant populations have a high incidence of chronic disease. It does speak about chronic diseases. Seeking technology transfer for development from the Europeans. Technology transfer is a part of it. Technology transfer, yes, it's a part of it. So what is the right answer? What is not a part of the CARICOM 10-point plan here? This is interesting. Please look at the 10-point plan. Right? The 10-point plan is there, right, to look at. So just Google it and have a look at it. It's really interesting. Right, so that's all I have for this paper.